You've known both Travis and Taylor for a long time. I just kind of wondered what you thought about hearing that news and what you thought about that for them.
Yeah, Jesse, listen, I'm happy for him. It's hard to find somebody that you fall in love with. That's not an easy thing, and to really fall in love, and it seems like they're there.
Kansas City's late summer heat clung to the air like a secret when the news broke. A headline so electric it seemed to short-circuit both the NFL and pop music universe in one viral heartbeat. At the eye of this cultural hurricane stood Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce and global superstar Taylor Swift, newly engaged and ready to take on the world together. It was a union that most would have dismissed as fan fiction just a year earlier, but now it was reality, and the whole world was suddenly obsessed. Inside the Chiefs' practice facility on August 29th, 2025, the atmosphere was already buzzing with the usual preseason nerves, rookies fighting for spots, veterans working through drills, coaches barking out plays. But now, the real story wasn't about who would make the 53-man roster. Reporters, usually hunting for injury updates or Andy Reid's take on breakout players, were suddenly fixated on something far more glamorous, the most viral engagement of the year. Andy Reid, the Chiefs' legendary coach, stood at the podium, windbreaker zipped up, his trademark mustache twitching with amusement. He was ready for questions about defensive formations, but instead he found himself addressing the love story that had captivated millions. "I'm happy for them," Andy said, his eyes creasing with genuine delight. "It's hard to find somebody that you fall in love with. That's not an easy thing, and it seems like they're there. I think it's a great deal for both of them. They like being around each other, that's a plus. They're both busy, both very famous, and it's kind of neat that they come together and handle themselves the way they do." There was a warmth in his words you didn't often hear from the famously stoic coach, and for a brief moment, the room was silent, everyone soaking in the sentiment. It wasn't just another celebrity headline. This was a story that already felt legendary, something people would tell their kids about one day. The engagement had unfolded like a meticulously plotted romance novel, complete with secret sideline glances, cryptic Instagram posts, and enough speculation to keep tabloids afloat for months. But it all culminated in a single, perfectly timed Instagram announcement on August 26th. The caption read, "Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married," a wink to their private humor that set the internet ablaze. Fans tried to decode the joke, while the carousel of photos told a story all its own. Taylor, radiant in a floral sundress, her left hand shimmering with a custom-designed diamond ring, stood beside Travis, who looked every bit the NFL heartthrob in a tailored navy suit. The way they looked at each other, the laughter, the whispered secrets, felt like a promise that this was more than just a fleeting headline. Jewelry blogs and fashion magazines immediately zeroed in on the engagement ring, a jaw-dropping old-mine brilliant-cut diamond designed by Kindred Lubeck of Artifacts Fine Jewelry. Within hours, its estimated value was over $1 million, and close-up photos flashed across every timeline. Taylor's best friend Abigail Anderson posted a simple "this" with a string of red heart emojis, while Swifties and Chiefs fans around the globe unleashed a torrent of memes, edits, and throwback clips chronicling the couple's whirlwind romance. Inside the Chiefs' locker room, the energy was electric. Patrick Mahomes, Travis's quarterback and closest friend, was among the first to repost the announcement, his Instagram story adorned with 3 bold red heart emojis. Brittany Mahomes, Taylor's new confidant and luxury suite companion during tense Sunday showdowns, wrote, "Two of the most genuine people meet and fall in love." It was a sentiment echoed across group chats, sports radio, and even the local Kansas City news, where anchors swapped play-by-play analysis for speculation about wedding venues and guest lists. But perhaps the most memorable reaction came from Travis's older brother, Jason Kelce, the Philadelphia Eagles All-Pro center and co-host of the wildly popular New Heights podcast. On the August 27th episode, Jason could barely contain his excitement. "There is one gigantic piece of new news that just hit the waves," he announced, his booming voice and wide grin filling the airwaves. "We did record this podcast on Monday, which was Travis's one day off. So, he's not here to address this himself, but we felt necessary here as a team on New Heights to get together and send Travis and Taylor a giant congratulations for being engaged." The proposal heard round the world. He laughed, then couldn't resist ribbing his brother about the possibility of throwing the wedding at Arrowhead Stadium, complete with confetti cannons and a marching band. Fans immediately went wild, imagining an NFL wedding for the ages. Social media teemed with speculation. Would Andy Reid officiate? Would Taylor perform at her own reception? Would the groomsmen run pass routes down the aisle? No detail was too outrageous, and every new rumor only fueled the frenzy. Players joined in the celebration. Wide receiver Rashee Rice posted a photo in practice gear holding a hand-lettered "Congrats TNT" sign, while defensive lineman Chris Jones tweeted, "About time. Let's get that wedding at Arrowhead." Even the NFL's official account joined the party, posting a montage of Travis's greatest catches set to a Taylor Swift track. As for the happy couple, they kept things close to the vest. Travis, usually the life of every party, was suddenly a little more reserved, dodging questions about the wedding but grinning wider than ever during practice. Taylor, meanwhile, was spotted leaving an LA recording studio, her diamond ring catching every paparazzi flash. Her smile, brighter than the August sun, said everything. For all the noise, those closest to Travis and Taylor hinted that the couple was planning something remarkably intimate. Friends spoke of a celebration centered on family, football, and the tight-knit circles that had supported both stars from the beginning. Whatever the details, it was clear that this would be more than just a celebrity spectacle. It would be a real, deeply personal celebration of love. Back at Arrowhead, Andy Reid continued to handle the media with his usual blend of wit and wisdom. When pressed about whether he'd attend the wedding or offer advice to a star player, he simply chuckled. "I'll be there as long as they don't make me dance," he joked, sending ripples of laughter through the press room. But then, as the cameras rolled and reporters scribbled notes, Andy turned reflective. He spoke about Travis's early years in Kansas City, his transformation from a raw rookie to a team leader, and the pride he felt watching his players grow not just as athletes, but as people. "It's about more than football," he said. "It's about relationships, about doing things the right way. That's what makes all of this special." And it was special. The engagement became the talk of the preseason, overshadowing even the Chiefs' quest for another Super Bowl ring. Fans arrived at training camp with homemade signs, some reading, "Congrats Travis and Taylor," while others flashed iconic song lyrics. The stadium echoed with chants that blended sports and pop culture in a way only Kansas City could pull off. On social media, Swifties and Chiefs Kingdom collided in a celebration that felt bigger than any single touchdown or chart-topping single. Listening parties erupted from Kansas to New York to London, with fans blasting "Love Story" and "Enchanted" in tribute to Taylor's real-life fairy tale. Edits of Travis and Lover, era pastels and Taylor and Chiefs Red swept TikTok, their love story retold in 1,000 creative ways. But for all the spectacle, the heart of the story remained simple. Two people, each at the peak of their fields, finding something rare and extraordinary in each other. They balanced fame, family, and the relentless demands of their careers with a grace that felt almost old-fashioned. The world watched as they navigated the chaos, rooting for them not just as celebrities, but as people. As September neared and the season opener loomed, the engagement continued to dominate conversations across sports bars, lunch tables, and late-night talk shows. Would the wedding happen during the Chiefs' bye week? Would Taylor write a song about Travis? Would the Mahomes kids serve as ring bearers? Every possible scenario was debated and dissected, adding new layers to a story that already felt iconic. And somewhere in the middle of it all, Travis and Taylor managed to steal quiet moments for themselves. They were spotted on a late-night drive through Kansas City, windows down, music blaring, laughing like any other young couple in love. For all the world's attention, they seemed intent on holding on to the one thing that mattered most, their own happiness. In a year defined by headlines that came and went, the engagement of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift felt different. It was a reminder that even in a world obsessed with fame and spectacle, love stories still have the power to stop us in our tracks. It was a story for the ages, and everyone, football fans, Swifties, even the most jaded reporters, couldn't help but wonder what would happen next. And as the sun set over Arrowhead and the city buzzed with anticipation, one thing was certain: this was only the beginning. Because sometimes the best stories aren't scripted, they're lived, one unforgettable chapter at a time.